tonight. From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chicago Bears taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Bears. Kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? What? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Throwing on first down, Rivera. He finds his man, complete. That's Ford. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. His way forward for a couple up past the 30. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Rivera. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
I'm going to call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Second and 7. That one a first down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
On 2nd down now, it's Bryant. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. And now we see Bryant yet to pop up. Still down following that play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man open. It's Wims. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They go play action here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brooks. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Back to throw again. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. Now, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. with Robinson. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Brooks. And this one is incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now Brooks to throw on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Here's Brooks on 1st and 10. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. The 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. From the gun, Brooks. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lewis. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team, but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Caught, right side, it's Lewis. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
His kick is right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Nice play, man.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Back to throw. Rivera. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, Rivera. He finds his man, complete. It's Morgan. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Morgan. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Rivera. He finds his man, complete. That's Morgan. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Nothing to score after 1 This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Rivera. Over the middle, complete. That's Griffin. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll try the left side. It's Morgan. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 2nd down, it's Morgan. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. From the gun, Rivera. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Back to throw. Rivera. Touchdown! That's caught from 6 yards away. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Cooper on the return.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And Lewis has it, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
second down at 4.
Off the play fake, Brooks. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Looking to throw. Brooks.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down now. It's Robinson, and here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the run, it's Robinson, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run here with Robinson. And a short gain down to about the 33.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Brooks. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah.
Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter.
They'll determine that on the sideline, but bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Brooks on first down. He's got Lewis. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Brooks now to throw on second down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 7 catches for him now. This last one, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Brooks. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Morgan. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Rivera. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Brooks. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Cooper was the target there, and it's 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Brooks. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Brooks. And one more time, that's Watkins.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Brooks to throw. Looking to throw on 2nd down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now Brooks, throwing on 1st down. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And that makes it 14-10. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Cooper on the return.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Cooper.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. Here's Brooks to throw on second down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Brooks on 1st and 10. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on second down, Brooks. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Brooks. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, Brooks. And this is caught by Watkins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Bengals drive about to get going. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. First down there on a pickup of 25.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And that'll set him back 5. Looking to throw. Brooks. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Back to throw. Brooks. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. On first down, Morgan. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Morgan, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Off-play action. Rivera. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On third down, Rivera. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffin. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
No surprise they decided to throw on third down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Bengals getting set to go. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try the left side. It's Bryant. And just not a big enough hole to break this one. He gets it to the 35 after showcasing that tough running of his. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bryant, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Brooks now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Taken in at the 22. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 1st down, it's Morgan. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morgan. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Rivera. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now Brooks to throw on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, and that'll bring up second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now Brooks to throw on third down. It's caught. Cooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on third down.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Bryant, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Brooks. Looking to throw on second down. Complete. This is Lewis. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw on third down, Brooks. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Bears offense ready to get going again.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On first down, Rivera. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now a give, right side. Morgan fights through, and now a crease. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
A good run there off right tackle. In an old school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Rivera. He finds his man, complete. That's Ford. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Rivera. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Rivera. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Brooks throwing on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Brooks. He finds his man, complete. That's Lewis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Brooks now on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Lewis. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. On second down, it's Bryant, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Brooks. Complete to Bryant. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun. Brooks. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, Cooper with it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Yards remain on 2nd down.
Back to throw. Brooks. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth quarter lead.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Now Brooks to throw from the gun on 3rd down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. That time a 9-play drive, and it ends with a Bengals score. Kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Throwing on first down. Rivera. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
Looking to throw. Rivera. He finds his man. Complete. It's Morgan. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Bears on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Rivera. And that will be incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
First down, Bryant. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Brooks firing quickly here, and that's complete. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Brooks from the gun on third down. And he will find his man on the outside. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bryant, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Brooks. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to throw. Brooks. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock. We're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On 1st and 10, Rivera got his man complete over the middle. That's Moody. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On first down, Rivera. Caught here by Griffin. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Rivera to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. From 4 yards out. And the Bears have once again taken the lead.
The late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Cooper on the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Operating from the gun, Brooks. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Cooper was the intended target. 3rd down here. Back to throw. Brooks. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Throwing on first down. Rivera over the middle, complete. It's Ford. 7 yards, the pickup there.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 67 yards rushing forward in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
First and 10. Rivera. He finds his man. Complete. That's Morgan. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On second down now. It's Morgan. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Looking to throw. Rivera, throw left side, complete. That's Freeman. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Morgan, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
He finds his man, complete. It's Ford, and he will have the Bears first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but yeah, you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Good night, everybody.